Whenever Rahu or Ketu they come as Mahadasha lords, people will go through major transformations. Whatever they are doing, their environment, everything changes. Rahu comes for 18 years, Ketu comes for 7 years. That complete transformation will happen. We have classified the 12 houses of Jyotish into 4 domains: Dharma, Artha, Kaama and Moksha.
I keep telling people money comes from other people's bank accounts.
That is true.
It comes from anywhere else,
Once this cycle is completed, then you are acknowledged and you get the reward. Rather than getting into competition, it is better to collaborate. So if we have true friends in life, life becomes really joyful. In the crowd of maybe 100 people, you are with them, you're concerned, you are blessing everybody. But deep-rootedly, you're so centered within yourself and you're so that natural feeling of non-attachment.
What is the most basic astrological knowledge that any human being should know? I wanted to ask this question to my student, who is an excellent astrologer and a very good student of mine, Siddha Devraj, also known as Gaurav Dhameja. Welcome, Gaurav. I want to ask you this question. Can you please answer it for us? Tell us what are the basics of astrology that every human being should know, and why do you think so? Why are these the basics?
Guruji, I'll tell you a very interesting thing today. A lot of people talk of Lagna, Rashi, what is your Lagan, in which Rashi you were born, and which is your Dasha going on. Everything is important, but the most important thing which I have found in the last 20 years of my experience is that wherever sun is placed, wherever in which Rashi sun is placed in anybody's chart, that is something which a person has already learnt in the past lives.
Okay.
And now he has to apply the same learning in that environment.
Wow.
And wherever moon is placed, in whichever Rashi, that particular domain is the domain of this lifetime where you have to complete your learning.
Oh,
that's
wow.
the pending learning.
Okay.
So sun is something which you have already, learned in the past, and moon is talking of which you have to learn now.
Okay.
In this lifetime.
Yeah,
So this
makes sense also, because the sun is like a constant light. That means you can rely on it. But the moonlight is a slippery slope. It comes and goes.
Yeah, Guruji. So when I realized that, life became very easy. I understood that when I was born, my moon is in the Mesh Rashi, means is in the Aries Rashi, and that is number one. One means my learning is all about self. It's all about my belief system, my centeredness, my Swamurti, Guruji, what I've learned from you. So, immediately it opened up all the doors for me, and this is what I have been telling to my clients also, that this is one of the purposes of your life. This is the learning where your moon is, which you have to learn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, this is so simple and so nice. And
true.
and how do you use the knowledge that you already know? How do you access that?
Guruji, creation is so intelligent and beautiful. They will give you that environment. They'll put you in that environment. Like my son is in the 11th Rashi. Means since my childhood, I have so many friends. So many friends. I have always
what
been
is the 11th Rashi?
It's all about friends. It's all about your social gatherings. It's all about
Sagittarius?
No, it's Kumbh. It's Aquarius.
Okay, Aquarius. Okay.
So that means I have already learned in my past lives how to be friends with anybody. I have so many friends, Guruji. And no matter where I go, I will always have good friends. Always.
Okay.
I will never attract a bad friend. Now, how I respond to it, how I use it, how I optimize it for everybody's benefit. How I add value to my life and add value to others' life with this sort of learning. Wow. So, nature will give you that environment, for sure.
That's amazing. And what about the Rashis? Shouldn't they know about the Rashis?
Yeah, Guruji. Then comes the Rashi part. I mean, what I have realized is that
Ah.
even before we talk of the Rashis, Guruji, Dasha is the most important thing.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you, Guruji, there are 4 pillars to astrology.
Okay.
We have planets, we have the signs which are called as Rashis, then we have bhavas, they are called as the houses, and then we have the Dasha. Dasha literally means the condition of a person. So the planet and the signs, the Rashis, they are fixed. I mean, the planet in which Rashi you were born with at the time of your birth, a sky shot is taken. That is a fixed part. It will
So when
never
you say
change.
someone is some Rashi, does it mean that the moon is in that Rashi or the sun is in that Rashi?
When we talk of your Rashi is this, moon is actually, when you were born, moon, which sign is called as your Rashi. But Rashi in general, if you ask, Rashi in general
Mine is
means,
also in Kumbha, man.
oh,
My moon is also
oh,
in Kumbha.
oh.
And true to like how, yes, I have the same experience. I don't have trouble making friends. I'm always connected to people, and it's always through people that I get whatever I need.
That means in this lifetime you have learnt that, Guruji, probably. You have learnt how to respond. Yeah, you have learnt it very well.
Oh,
Being
my
a
moon
guru,
is
now
there,
you
so that
know.
was my lesson in this life, huh?
Yes, Guruji, yes.
Oh, okay. Now I'm almost 50, so I've learnt it.
Oh, I mean, we are learning from you now.
Amazing, amazing. Okay. So,
So,
your sun is in
Rash,
Kumbha, my moon is in Kumbha. Go on.
yeah. So wherever moon is placed, that is called as Rashi.
Okay. Because
I
that's
mean,
your
the
major life
Rashi of
lesson.
a person. Yeah. And wherever sun is placed, that is called as the zodiac or the sun sign.
Got it. What's the difference between Bhava and Rashi?
Bhava, Guruji, is house. So, Bhav means something which changes, which is dependent on the dasha. So, when dasha changes, like I am undergoing at the moment Rahu Mahadasha. So, with respect to Rahu, now all the bhavas, they have changed. I mean, the Rashis will be placed in different bhavas. Bhavas means all the other aspects of life which you had to experience. So, the lords also will change. So, let me simplify, Guruji, with this. Every planet rules some or the other Rashi. And in a bhava, some Rashi is placed. So, a planet becomes the lord of that particular bhava. Okay. Now, as the dasha changes, it's like when the government changes, in the center when the government changes. So, with respect to the changed prime minister, the other ministers also change. Their portfolio change. So, in every dasha, these ministers also change. But what is changing? Their rulership of the different bhavas. So, Rashi defines the number of the bhava. I mean, it's like the attribute of the bhava.
Okay.
And it is something which, with respect to the dasha, the bhava changes.
Okay. So can you give me
And
an
like
example?
we have, I am going through Rahu Mahadasha, and my Rahu is in the Leo Rashi. Okay. So with respect to Leo Rashi, my second bhava has the Rashi of Kanya. Kanya means which is ruled by Mercury. So my ruler of the second house becomes Mercury. But the moment I enter into Jupiter's Mahadasha, my Jupiter is sitting in the Cancer Rashi. So with respect to Jupiter, my second house is ruled by Leo Rashi, which is ruled by Sun. So the ruler of the bhava changes as the dasha changes.
Okay. So to know where you are, you should know which dasha is going on.
That is the prime, yes. That's the center point of astrological understanding.
And so that has an influence on all the rashis straight away.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. So now you got Rahu Dasha going on, right?
Yes, Guruji.
How does that affect
Which?
your sun and moon?
Guruji, whenever Rahu or Ketu, they come as Mahadasha lords, so people will go through major transformations. Whatever they have been doing, they will, wherever they are living, whatever they are doing, their environment, everything changes. Rahu comes for 18 years.
Yeah.
And Ketu comes for 7 years.
Okay.
So these are two planets. Their Mahadasha will, that is for sure, that complete transformation will happen. If with respect to Rahu's Rashi, Sun is placed in a wrong house, in a trick house, we call 6, 8 and 12 as trick houses, malefic houses. So if Sun or Moon, they are badly placed or they are in connection with some malefic planets, that is where whatever we have learned also will come under stress. And whatever we have to learn, that also will come under stress. It will become difficult in that dasha to learn.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah. So, it's not only restricted to Rahu. In any dasha lord, Guruji, with respect to that particular planet, if Sun and Moon are not correctly placed, their learnings become difficult, or application of whatever we have learned, that becomes difficult.
Like you might forget what you know.
Absolutely, Guruji. Absolutely.
Okay.
You can just simply forget how to apply it in which situation. You might know, but at the time of application, you might completely forget that.
Okay. Then what about what do you call a dosha? You said like people are doshis, they have dosha and all that. Those were the concepts that you didn't like, but what now you're calling it, what are you calling it? Opposing forces.
The obstructive forces and the supportive
forces. Okay. So what are these and how do they come about?
Guruji, there are certain combinations mentioned by a lot of Maharishis who have given their version on Jyotish. But a lot of contradiction and confusion happens when we get into doshas. Like, we call Pitra dosh whenever Sun or the ninth lord is under Rahu Ketu axis. So Pitra dosh happens. Vish dosh whenever Sun and Moon are together, that is called as a Vish dosh. So Guru Chandal dosh whenever Jupiter and Rahu happens. Then they call it as a Sade Sati whenever Saturn connects with Moon. Now, Guruji, I have analyzed more than 10,000 horoscopes and I see that these are general perceptions. It's not valid or true in every case. I have seen people growing in Sade Sati. I have seen people growing in Guru Chandal dosh. People evolving faster in Guru Chandal dosh. So, what I realized is that these doshas should not be taken as the way they have been told, just like that. We should use some intelligence behind. When they were given probably with a different intent. So that we study more and take out our version and understand how to use practically in our lives. Like if supposedly Rahu and Moon are sitting together. Now Moon is the significator of might and Rahu is a shadowy planet. It likes to Rahu is like a true copy, but not the original one. It can be first copy. So when Moon and Rahu are sitting together, that means always on my my emotional intelligence, there is a shadow. So that shadow will make me feel sometimes very confident that yes, I know it. But the other moment itself, it is going to give me that confusion wherein I'll say, I think I don't know it well. Self-doubt. So in astrology, we can call it as Matri dosh. But actually, the impact of that combination is on the emotional health of a person.
Okay.
And that emotional health, when it is not taken well taken care of, actually the person ends up doing something which will go against the reputation of a person.
Oh. Okay.
Like if a senior official is a very good official, a person who is not corrupt, but somewhere he gets into a situation where he says, all right, let me just try this. And he somehow gets into some sort of corruption. And that particular yoga is going to malign the reputation of that particular person. If that person has not trained himself well to be emotionally better. So astrology here
So you're
helps.
saying that a lot of the doshas can be overcome just by training.
By becoming aware of them. What are they talking of? Why these two planets? Like we call it Saturn and Moon together, it's like a wish dosh. Why? Because Saturn is the slowest moving planet. Moon is the fastest moving planet. If they make a connect, so it's like one is saying jaldi karo, jaldi karo. The other one is saying, all right, let's cool down, aram se chalte hain. So there is always a pull and a push.
Yeah.
So proper decision making, decision making will not happen. Either it is a haphazard decision or it's a delayed decision.
Correct. So in this case, if someone had a framework to make decisions, and they say, forget about what's going on in my mind, I'm just going to use the framework and make a decision. Then
Yes,
that
is
person
true.
would be able to still make decisions, right?
Absolutely, Guruji. Absolutely. That person will be able to understand the priority in the current situation.
I think
Because what to put forward and what can be delayed. I mean, that is what we need to get aligned with the consciousness of the planet, what the planet is trying to tell us.
Okay.
So that's remedy in itself. First remedy is to align ourselves.
Yeah, to even know that you have this is kind of like a relief, because then you say, okay, it's not me, it's the external environment, the cosmic forces right now that are making me indecisive. I'm not an indecisive person, it's these things which are making me indecisive. Isn't that true?
Yeah, so I need to have some tool tip technique to manage it.
Correct. Because a lot of people tell me when I was a kid I could make decisions, but now I don't know, after I joined a job and now I'm married, I can't make decisions. Probably something like this is happening with them.
Yeah, probably the dasha has changed. Probably, planets who are taking. I mean, it's like, Guruji, if the general attribute of a minister is that the person understands finance very well, okay, but now he's a defense minister, supposedly. Okay, so he has the knowledge of finance, but he's a defense minister. Same way we have in the dasha. Now the fourth lord of that dasha will act as moon only. And the 10th or the 11th lord of that dasha will act like Saturn. If they are together, the same situation will happen. So we do not have to have realistically Saturn and moon together. We can have in any dasha the 4th lord and the 10th lord or the 11th lord together. That also will create the same situation, and we need to have the same approach.
Okay. Great. That's about the opposing forces. Now,
Yes.
what about the forces that are good for you?
Yes.
What are they called?
Guruji, we have classified the 12 houses of Jyotish into 4 domains. Like you taught us, same way Jyotish also has the same thing. Dharma, Artha, Kaama and Moksha.
Okay.
So the houses of Dharma are 1, 5 and 9.
Okay.
So 1, 5 and 9, they talk of first self-awareness, second creative intelligence, third Guru's grace and deeper insights and intuitive abilities. So whenever that's the 9th house. So whenever 1, 5 and 9 are active, that is called as the Trikona of Dharma, and that's sheer grace, Guruji. No matter what the person is going through in one's life, the person is going to come out of that particular situation with some solution and grace, for sure. Then the other Trikona is the Trikona of Artha, that is 2, 6 and 10.
Okay.
So if we understand that this Trikona is talking of, again, survival, you must have understanding of how to survive, what food to eat. Then 6th house is all about discipline, Guruji. Because that is one of the malefic houses. The other part, if we do not have discipline, is called as Ripu Rog Rin. Means the diseases, the debts, and the disputes which we can
Ripu
encounter
means
on
enemy.
Ripu means enemy.
Yeah, debts.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So the way to cater to it is discipline, Guruji. Discipline becomes the supportive force. And the
So
10th
is it 2,
is
6
all
and 2, 6 and what? Or
and 10 and 10.
and 10. Ah, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Artha triangle.
So Artha triangle. So 10 is all about our Purusharth, Guruji. The way we approach any situation, the way we respond to any situation. So, and how hardworking we are in that particular situation. So, then hard work in the 10th actually becomes our supportive force. 10th is also about our name and fame. So if 10 is connected to anything, that means somewhere, whatever we are doing, we are definitely going to get some acknowledgement also. That's a very big thing, Guruji. People don't feel rewarded when anybody is not acknowledging. That means 10 is not supportive. So when 10 becomes supportive, that means you're getting acknowledgement of your hard work.
Okay.
And then we have the Trikona of Kaama. That is 3, 7 and 11.
That also makes sense, because I keep telling people money comes from other people's bank accounts. It doesn't come from anywhere else, It's such a simple thing, but people don't realize that unless you got a reputation and you got recognition from other people, you'll not make money.
That is true, Guruji. That is true.
Wow.
I remember your words that add value to others, then see what happens.
Yes.
So we add value through 10th house.
Okay.
That in itself becomes the supportive force.
And that's very, very interesting. So tell me again, just recap, what is the second house?
Second house is all about whatever we need to perform any activity on earth. We need food to survive this body. Resources, that's the word.
Okay.
So whatever resource is required, that comes from the second house. So when we understand...
I mean, this is such a great ancient formula for wealth. Resources plus what is the...
discipline.
One? Discipline.
Second is discipline. Discipline.
Second is discipline, you said?
Yes. So second house is resources. 6th becomes the discipline. And the 10th is all about your hard work. We call it as a smart mark. I mean, we need to know where we really need to put in our
Didn't
energy.
you say 10th is about reputation?
Yeah, Guruji, it's about reputation. It is about when we put hard work, whatever we are doing, we are acknowledged for that hard work in the 10th house. And that is where our
not
reputation
necessarily,
increases.
Gaurav. See, you may put in hard work, but you may not be acknowledged. So
Yeah, that is what the need is, Guruji.
I think it's important to serve the right people, the ones who appreciate it. That's
Absolutely.
when you build reputation.
Yes. So the value you add, that is what we learned.
Value, yes.
How?
That's right.
You must also learn how
This
to
is
add
exactly
value.
what I've been teaching without knowing astrology. I've been teaching the same
Yes, yes, exactly. This is astrological remedy which you have been giving.
thing. Amazing.
So adding value is also hard work. I mean, it's a smart work basically.
Correct. It's smart work. That's right.
So with the right kind of people at the right time, with the right kind of resources and the right kind of discipline. So that is why 2, 6 and 10, everything is going into the 10th. Once this cycle is completed, then you are acknowledged. Then you get the reward. And that reward comes in the form of a name, fame, status, reputation. That is what 10th house is.
Amazing. Wow. That's blowing my mind. Now tell me about the Kaama triangle.
So Kaama triangle, Guruji, is the 3rd house, 7th house and the 11th house.
Okay.
Now the beauty is, 3rd is all about connection. 3rd is all about networking. 3rd is all about communication. If we learn how to communicate well, if we learn how to connect with people and network with people, that is the starting point of some joy in life. People's life's joy is missing when they do not know how to communicate well,
Correct.
how to connect. That's the first point of joy. That is Kaama. Then seventh is togetherness. Seventh is all about associations, Guruji. You have given a name called as collaboration. Rather than getting into competition, it is better to collaborate. Because collaboration happens with seventh house, Guruji. The fun happens after, the joy which is received after collaboration is immense. Any union, any association, that is seventh house, Guruji. So the joy of union happens there.
Okay. Symbiosis.
Yes, symbiosis, that's the word. Then comes the 11th house. 11th is all about fulfillment of desires. It's all about being with the right kind of friends in life. And Guruji, friend, I have given a definition. Friend means fry him till the end. The one who you can really test.
True.
So if we have true friends in life, life becomes really joyful.
Right.
So this completes the triangle of Kaama.
Wow.
Once Guruji, Dharma, Artha, Kaama is truly experienced, then starts the journey of the Moksha triangle. Moksha triangle in 4, 8 and 12. Guruji, 4th house is called as the house of mental peace.
Oh.
That means the first door to Moksha is to be peaceful.
Wow.
It's written in astrology.
What a formula.
What happens, Guruji, when we have satisfied ourselves with Dharma, Artha, Kaama? The first thing happens is that we then genuinely start becoming, because we are satisfied now, so we become peaceful. That's the first door to Moksha. And then comes the 8th house. 8th house is all about major transformations, Guruji. If there is no 8th house, genuine moksha can never happen. If we do not know how to churn out the milk from the cow, if we do not know how to transmute gold into jewelry, if we do not know anything, how to transmute any energy into anything else, genuine moksha can never be experienced. Because this is talking of the deeper mysteries of our existence. We have
The journey, you
achieved...
mean birth, right?
Yes, Guruji. Yes.
Okay.
So, 8th is all about transformations, transmutation of the energy, that utilization of the powers which we have.
Transmutation. Yes, this makes sense. Right.
And then finally comes the 12th house, which is the house of real emancipation and real feeling of renunciation. I mean, in the crowd of Guruji, in the crowd of maybe 100 people, you are with them, but deep-rootedly you are naturally non-attached. You're concerned. You know you are blessing everybody, but deep-rootedly you're so centered within yourself and your soul, that natural feeling of non-attachment. That natural feeling itself, that feeling is in the 12th house. That real meditation which naturally happens.
Wow.
That is 12th house.
Yeah, it's a connection to a larger reality than just this story.
Yes.
Than just the human condition and the human story.
You taught us about the Navrasa, Guruji. And in that you taught us about the Shanta Rasa.
Yes.
So Guruji, Shanta Rasa actually has, taste of all the three. 4,
Correct.
8 and 12.
Correct. Wow. Awesome. Wow, that was really hard hitting and quite mind blowing, and I was also quite surprised how yoga has the same conclusions, which is very
everything
amazing.
is.
Yeah, everything's coming from the same source.
Absolutely, Guruji.
Yeah, from our ancient rishis So wonderful, wonderful. All right,
Absolutely.
Gaurav, thank you for making another wonderful episode with me. I hope this becomes a habit. I will ask you more questions later. But for now, we've got two wonderful episodes. One on the Mahakumbh. If you haven't watched the Mahakumbh episode, please watch it. And this one, I think, is so valuable for anybody who knows nothing about astrology, who doesn't know whether to respect astrology or not. You should listen to this. You should send this episode to people who are confused about astrology.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Gaurav. And I'll leave your social contacts below. If anybody wants to get in touch with Gaurav, you're going through something in your life. At some point, we realize, hey, I don't have knowledge to deal with this thing. That's the time you need to reach out to people like Gaurav. All right. Thank you so much, Gaurav.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
All right.